All right, let's
Thank
move
you.
forward, y'all. We're gonna move forward. Take off keep on whatever hat you had on this morning. Keep that blessings and learning and teaching hat on. And now we're just gonna add a business hat. We're starting something new, everyone. We talked about it last week, and now we're walking the talk. So what we want to begin to do is at the end of every month, we want to have a business meeting, a board meeting. And everyone here is a member, and we're going to discuss today about those who want to be, official board members. This is a legal entity, so there's some official governance that we must have. So we're going to have to talk about board members, and we're going to have to talk about the roles and responsibilities. All right, without any further ado, let's get into it, dear people. Can you see this Word document?
Yes.
July
Yes.
31st.
Yes.
All right.
I did.
All right, bless you. Okay, so this is going to be this is going to be actually our second board meeting. We had to have one to establish ourselves and to establish our bank account. So this is going to actually be our second one. This is representative of our call to order. So said, so done for the first one, call to order. Roll call. I'll just use, Yvonne, can you just make sure you tabulate everyone that's on
Yep.
today? That'll save us a little time instead of doing the roll call verbally. And then the next item 3 is approval of the minutes. Oh, that I didn't tee up. Here you go. Here you go. All right, and hit the high points of the first official meeting. So Yvonne and I, for the first official meeting, and up until now, we've just worn every hat necessary for this organization because we had to establish Lighthouse Marriage Ministries as a legal business entity, and we had to establish a bank account. So because of that reason, we had this meeting. Yvonne acted as the CEO, and the location is there for your perusal, which is our address. Had the roll call and approval of minutes. And as we said before, the main matters was establishment of the ministry and establishment of a banking account for said ministry. And so said, so done on both of those accounts. PNC is our bank. We were waffling between Chase or PNC. We ended up going with PNC because Chase kind of faltered. Unfinished business at that time. We were looking forward to our bridge ministry, and we did have it. Bless you all. And then the new business was to recruit more teachers for the Boundary Series. At that time, we established that the next meeting would be held on July, not 30th, but 31st, which is what we're doing today. And that particular meeting was adjourned on 2:30, and then prayer was given and signatures were made below. So that was the official first meeting. Any comments on that as I move to this particular meeting again? All right. All right, let me move to the order of business for this meeting. So for this meeting, what I want to do is describe and solicit and plead and ask you to become board members. But before I have the ask, I thought it'd be decent and in order to tell you what am I asking? What are the roles and responsibilities? So we have in effect, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 7 different roles. First role is a member. Every member is a board member, meaning that you're endowed by God for leadership, encouragement, admonishment, and the direction of his people. This is not Carlos speak. This is Bible, y'all. Everyone is a member. You're believers, you're a member. Second role is that of teacher. So every member is a board member because this is a member-led organization. Every board member should be apt to teach. I use that word should be. We believe in the Great Commission, and the Great Commission says to go and teach and baptize and love. We've taught and we understand that this is a commission for all. So we all should be apt to teach. This is after all our commission from God. So the second role is that of teacher. Highlighted both of those because those are non-negotiables. I mean, this is who we are and what we've been commissioned to be. Now we get into some of the more legal because we're organized federally and by the great state of Texas. First role, senior director. So everybody that teaches can be a director. For the sake of order, this leader must be vetted. I'm in the Bible again. Vetted and tested over time to be vigilant, honorable, steeped in biblical doctrine, patient, and a leader in their own home. How can you be a leader of others if you're not even a leader in your own home? Senior director is more of a servant than any other, more of a servant than a director, officers, teachers, and members, because we know that our beloved Jesus Christ established a new order of things. We're not under this hierarchical plan that the world sets up, but we are of a plan that Jesus set up where he literally washed the disciples' feet. So the leaders, the first shall be last and the last shall be first. And so in that wise, the senior director is more of a servant than all. Director, likewise, same wording there, except for the part where it says the director is more of a servant than officers, teachers, and members. Then. Next role, recording secretary. Every teacher can be a recording secretary. They are gifted by God with this gift of administration. God bless you. Organized, timely, and decisive in giving an account of God's business with ease. Why is it with ease? Because it's their gift. Next role, financial secretary. Every teacher can be a financial secretary. You see a theme here. The theme is that got to be a teacher first. Can't expect to be leader in the organization, in this organization, or as far as I'm concerned, it should be any organization that holds itself out as a Christian organization. You should be first apt to teach. So that's how we're running this one. Financial secretary, I continue. Every teacher can be a financial secretary. That means that you're not a lover of filthy lucre. I heard my teacher this morning, Tamara, you did a great job of that. It's not about the love of money. Rather, it's about being a trustworthy accountant, a prodigious director of God's talents for the betterment of his kingdom causes. Again, there, great Bible scholars that you are, that word talents there, I'm talking about emotional and skill-wise talents, but I'm also talking about the parable of the talents, someone that's apt to use God's money and bring it back manyfold. And that's the parable of the talents. Seventh role, that of parliamentarian. Every teacher can be a parliamentarian. This person is about God's business and his love of things being done decent and in order and in a timely fashion. This This role requires that that person be unswerving in their patient ability to maintain decorum. With that said, I would like you to prayerfully, you don't have to do it today. I'm just putting it on you. I understand that. But before next meeting, I'd like you to alert alert us to what roles that you would like to participate in. I would say this for the sake of order and for the sake of time, and not certainly not out of any ego at all. But I'm just gonna go ahead and sketch in, unless someone has reason for me not to do it, and we'll discuss it. As far as senior director and director, just starting out, I think. Well, it's not I think. I know. What I'm going to do is put my name in as the senior director and put Yvonne's name in as the director. And then that opens up recording secretary, financial secretary, parliamentarian for everyone else. Like I said before, heretofore, Yvonne and I have just been wearing every hat. This is not biblical. As you know, going back to Moses, his direction from his father-in-law, you can't keep running things like that. We got to delegate. So this is us delegating. Be prayerful. Think about the roles and responsibilities we've laid out here, and alert us in the coming weeks before the next meeting of which role you would like to be considered for. And then we'll talk about it in the next meeting and appoint it in the next meeting. All right, been talking a lot. Any comments, any discussion so far?
Good morning. I was gonna say, I'm gonna pray on thinking about the secretary, recording secretary position.
Yay, Ron.
Yay! Yay!
I think I could do that one. I don't want to do financial. Let my brain cool off. Maybe I'll move to that, but I wouldn't mind being a recording secretary, and we'll pray on that together.
Bless you.
Amen.
Bless you, Vaughn. What else? What else? Does anyone else have any other comments or questions?
Carlos, this is Tamara, and it's more just to understand kind of the structure. Because and I know this is not probably a typical nonprofit organization, but just kind of thinking about the structures that I've seen and known in the past, where there are multiple directors or people kind of in different positions, so that there are
Oh man, Tamara, you dropped out.
We can't hear you, Tamara.
Technology.
Hi, can you all hear me?
Yep, there you
Yes.
go.
Okay, sorry. I don't know if that means what I was saying is out of order.
No, I didn't mute you.
No, something happened with my connection, and so
okay.
that's why I started thinking, was that some kind of sign that? But all I was just saying is that sometimes it's good to have multiple people in roles, like multiple directors or whatever, so that again, the work doesn't all fall to one person.
Right.
Just a thought, or something to consider maybe in the future.
Absolutely. We'll talk about all of that. Yep, I know that other organizations. So first things first. Yes, you're right. This is not going to be set up like most nonprofits. I did study multiple nonprofits. I am in nonprofits. Really, this is a teaching organization. And so everything kind of flows from that. And really, it's teachers reign supreme in this organization. So to that end, when you talk about multiple directors, it's somebody's more like multiple teachers. And then whatever's needed to support our teachers, then we give them the support. the only reason, and look, Tamara, I actually wanted, like, I wasn't even going to have the term director in anywhere in our bylaws or anything, but it has to, legally, you have to have these terms or banks don't recognize you and things like that. So,
Right.
yeah.
It's just a suggestion. Because, you mentioned kind of, getting started and there's wearing the multiple hats.
Yeah. So my vision and my vision is you have multiple teachers and those teachers have their own subcommittees and it kind of they are the per se multiple directors. You feel me? So in other words, every time you see teacher, think director. Dang it, Tamara dropped out again. All right. All right, so then the next meeting we're going to deal with this discussion, the discussion that Tamara's having. Okay, what are going to be the committees? What is going to be the organizational structure? And then how are those committees going to report out? What is this teacher as director structure? Because all this is new. So we're going to deal with that in the next meeting. Immediate new business. We got our bridge ministry next Sunday. And then Yvonne, you're going to,
you should be receiving a link to the Sign Up Genius either hopefully later on this evening. I'll have it all set up and sent out to you all. And same deal, we'll meet same time, same place, 8:00 next Sunday at our usual spot. So stay tuned for that. All are welcome. And actually, we were talking about it with our sons the other day, and Jared suggested that it might be good to find a different location that we can minister to. So we will look at those options as well to see if there's another tent community in close proximity that we could also start to reach out to.
bless you, sweet wifey. We'll talk about future business the next meeting. And then we have our closing protocols. And I just wanted to show you, so when I'll type this thing up and then it's going to go out. It's going to go out on Adobe Sign Signature. Right now we don't have all these roles established, but I wanted you to at least see how we're going to go about approving these minutes so that everybody sees the minutes and approves them so that by the time we come to the next meeting, we don't have to do that thing. Does everybody approve of the minutes? All that stuff. It ought to be automated and you've already signed and looked at it. As far as I did want to at least show you, like I promised I would, the ins and outs of the money. Pretty easy. We got a donation from me and Yvonne to kick this thing off. $100 deposit into the bank. Then our beloved Sister Tanya and Reverend Smith donated 100. Thank you so much. God bless you all for that. God bless you, Sister Vaughn Sonia. I didn't know your middle name was Sonia. Sister Vaughn donated $50. God bless you for that. Then you see this is just establishment, right? You know how you're just establishing a bank account. This had nothing to do with me. 70 cents and 13 cents, and then they took back out 83 cents. This was just so that I could establish my personal bank to be able to transfer into this account. That's all that is. Just in and out there. And then we donated $1,500 again, that being Yvonne and I. So that brings our balance to $1,750. We haven't had any disbursements since our establishment of this bank account, but we will be having some because of this bridge ministry coming up. And that is your ins and outs. And that, my dears, my dear fellows and dear ma'ams, that is your meeting for today. Any questions or comments?
Yes, it's Sister Brown.
Oh, go ahead, Sister Brown. Oh, wait a minute. Go ahead, Sister Brown first, and then.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for the lesson, Sister Tamara. I really enjoyed it and got a lot out of it. And with the meeting, I just wanted to ask, how can you be a blessing and donate into the ministry? You know, like
Bless you,
what is
sis.
information?
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, I should have put up. So you can Zelle if you have Zelle. I'll give you our Zelle. I'll put it out on the group me. But that's one way. That's probably the easiest way, sis. Or you can go into you can certainly go into a PNC bank and write a check and have them deposit into Lighthouse Marriage Ministries. PNC banks are all over. That's why we went with PNC. So there's a couple ways. I just think about like the easiest way to make it easy as possible, you know. So Zelle and actually going to a bank with a check or cash. Is that good, sis?
Oh yes, and just you say mention the Lighthouse Ministry, or what did you say mention?
If you go into the bank, just tell them you want to make a deposit to Lighthouse Marriage Ministries, and they'll certainly take an account on our behalf. They'll take a deposit on our behalf.
Okay.
Is there a number, like a last 4 digits or something that they need? Like what if there's multiple Lighthouse in the
that's a good
Houston
point.
area?
All right, to that point, do y'all see it on here somewhere? Here's the bank account. Might be sitting there right in my face somewhere.
You gotta see.
There you go. 4683. Last 4683. Queenie, you got it right. Oh no, Queenie, you got it right in front of you under the monitor.
Oh yeah, you're right.
4683, y'all. You got that, Sister Brown?
Yes, I got it. Thank you.
Bless you for a giving heart. All right. Any other questions?
But in order to Zelle, because I don't have Zelle, or I've never used Zelle myself. In order to Zelle, do they need the full banking account number?
Oh no, that's the beauty of Zelle. No, Zelle, I gotta give my I can't remember. I would tell you now, I can't remember if I set it up with my phone number or with my email, but all you need is an email or a phone number for the Zelle part.
Okay.
Yeah, makes it real easy.
Cool.
All right. Thank you, Sister Brown. Thank you, Vaughn. Thank you, Yvonne. Thank you, Tamara. Any other questions, comments? So said, so done. Yvonne, you close us out in prayer?
Yes.
Thank you.
We bow our heads. O Lord, our Lord, how excellent is thy name in all the earth, who has set thy glories above the heavens. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you and we praise you for being the mighty God that you are. And we thank you for this marriage ministry. We thank you for every home that's represented, and we ask that you will bless all of our members.